StrayAllDay.com.
Dre, he'll be speaking to us about how the richest man in America did not pay him. Please, Dre, come up and let us know.
All right, so as Janita said, I'm going to tell all you today how the richest man in America didn't pay me. Last week, I was at the commencement ceremonies for Stanford University, and the keynote speaker was Bill Gates. For those of you not familiar with Bill Gates, he's the chairman of Microsoft Corporation. He's brought the PC to the world consciousness. So if you have a personal computer at home or a laptop, you can thank Bill Gates. If you ever use the Windows operating system, that's Bill Gates. If you ever thought about being the richest person in America, Bill Gates is your competition. So when I saw that Bill Gates was speaking, it was actually a joint speech, him and his wife, her name is Melinda. They spoke together. They took turns talking. And I thought to myself, I don't know that much about Bill. This should be an intriguing speech. I know he did the computer thing. I don't know that much about his personal life, but I also know he's famous for actually dropping out of school. So this should be a good angle that he's going to bring to these college graduates. But let me tell y'all something. Bill Gates' speech, it sucked. It was terrible. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, it wasn't because Bill doesn't know how to articulate and express himself. To be successful in business, you have to be able to say what you want to say, how you want to say it, when you want to say it. He has no problem with that. It wasn't even that Bill was reading most of his speech off his note cards, which he was. That didn't bother me. I was really listening for the message, like what exactly are you talking about? Bill and his wife, they were going back and forth talking. What they were talking about was how they tried to stop the spread of AIDS in Africa. His wife talked about how she tried to help women who had gotten into prostitution in third world countries, how they can get out of that life. Bill talked about how they fought to keep AIDS from spreading in India the way that it did in Africa. His wife talked about how she felt so helpless and broken when she couldn't help women who couldn't help themselves. How she developed a stronger sense of empathy for that. All very virtuous points, don't get me wrong. But the problem I had was Stanford brought Bill in to talk to a group of college graduates, they're 20-somethings. They're about to go out into the real world, quote unquote, and try to make something of themselves. And it's great what you're doing, Bill, but what can those college graduates take from that? I felt like Bill didn't deliver. I felt like they asked for him specifically to come speak. Give them something from your life. What did you do when you were 21? What was it like when you first went out into the world and you wanted to make something of yourself and you didn't know what to do, you were lost? When you dropped out of school, what were you thinking? What were you feeling? What were your experiences? I feel like Bill Gates sold me short. He got enough money, so I should invoice him. Now back in the story, why I was even out there, my sister was graduating from Stanford University. And when I first got out there, last Thursday, thank you, I'll tell you that you clap for it. When I first got out there last Thursday, my sister was saying to me, Dre, she was calling me Andre, that's my government name. Only my family calls me that, so don't call me Andre. She said, Andre, I want to do some more blogging. She has a blog, but she's not consistent. And she was telling me, because I've been blogging, actually had a website for a long time, and I've been fairly consistent with it. So she wanted some information, some advice. The thing is, last Thursday, you don't know, the Miami Heat was playing. The NBA Finals, so I was kind of paying attention to her, and kind of not. So I couldn't really give her my full focus. So I didn't say to her what I ended up saying to her, what I'm going to say to all of you today, because I wasn't really paying attention to her. A few days later, after the commencement ceremonies, she brought the same thing up. We were at lunch. My sister's name is Latoya, and her husband's name is Will. So it was me, Latoya, and Will. We were at California Pizza Kitchen, sitting outside on the patio eating. She brought up the same topic. She said, I want to blog, but I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to say to people. I don't have anything to talk about. And I said, Latoya, are you serious? You already just graduated from Stanford. You got a doctorate. You have a law degree from Stanford. You have an MBA from Wharton Business School, which is an Ivy League school at the University of Pennsylvania. You've achieved every accomplishment in the academic hierarchy. You're a black woman, married with 3 kids. You've achieved a lot. Just out of those instances, I don't even know her whole story. I'm her brother, but I don't know everything about your life. I sat there and went with her through 20 different things she could share with people just off what I know about her. And I said, there's 1,000 other things that you never told me that you can share with people, and people need to hear it. The reason they need to hear it is because there are people out there who want to do 10% of what you've done. They think that they can't do it because they've never heard or seen anyone else who has done it. The reason I bring that up to all of you, and I say that to say this, is that we've all joined Toastmasters because we want to work on our skills of expression, communication. Everyone in here has some reason for being here that has to do with expression and communication. She wanted to write. That's a form of expression. And there are some selfish people in this room. I'm going to tell you why. Because there are people out there in the world outside of this room who are going to go through something that one of you has been through. And they're feeling lonely and isolated right now because they've never heard or seen anyone else who's going through what they're going through. They feel like they're by themselves. They're feeling emotional pain. We feel emotional pain is experiencing the same area of our brain as if we broke our legs. The brain doesn't know the difference between emotional pain and physical pain. You're feeling it because they feel like no one else has done, felt, thought, experienced what they're going through. It is your job, each one of you, to share what you've been through with other people so that they know that they're not alone. And what I was telling my sister is this. There's someone out there with kids who wants to go back to school. Someone who's married who wants to move across the country and continue their education. Someone who thinks they can't get into an education institution of higher learning. And they have children, they have a husband, they have to have that talk. They're not sure they can do it. What that means for everyone in this room and anyone else who wants to be a better communicator is, it is your job and duty that when you've been through things, when you approach a circumstance or a circumstance approaches you, there's a situation, there's a thought, there's an action, and an outcome. When you go through those things, whether you are successful or unsuccessful, no matter how it goes, someone else is going to go through that same loop. And they feel isolated when they have never heard anyone else who's going through it. It is your duty to stand up to the world, raise your hand and tell them that they're not alone, because we too. Thank you.